Hello, welcome to the Football Friends podcast. It's your boy Gage here, and I am joined by Paddy today.
It's your other boy. What up?
Great to have you here. All
Oh,
right,
great to be here.
all right. So I have a video for us to watch actually on your ex boy.
My, my ex boy. When did we split up? Me and Sadio.
Yeah, it wasn't wasn't that long ago, only just recently. So yeah, your ex boy Sadio Mane has left Liverpool for Bayern Munich, and what was it in the end, about 40 million, something like that.
Yeah, I think 40 million quid.
So that's pretty good, decent move. Seems about right. But anyway, the video I've got here is Mane's 10 greatest moments for Liverpool.
I get the feeling there's going to be some good ones that have missed out, but let's
Well,
let's
yeah,
go through the top 10.
yeah. That's bear in mind this is only 10. It may well be more. But all right, let's get into it. Okay, here we go.
This is a bit of memory lane. Oh
Mm.
yeah, what a goal this is.
Oh. Just saying, none of these look like Sadio Mane to me.
Sadio Mane looking very English right there.
Here we go. Good pace.
This is a beautiful one.
Oh, damn, that's so good. Straight into that side netting. No chance of saving that. That's
past the man Peter Cech as well. No slouch.
one of the longest boys around, and he can't even reach that. And you see like the big steps like Sadio Mane is taking, like leading up to that goal. It's like, yeah, that's awesome. What a goal.
He's like an Olympic sprinter at sometimes.
Yeah.
He's just different level. I like that he started out on the right wing for us, and then became a left winger, and then became sort of a striker. This this guy's evolution is
Well, I think
why he's in the top 5 forwards in the world, man.
I think he did kind of play a sort of 10 centre forward kind of role at Southampton as well before he transferred.
He did that as well.
Yeah. All things to all men. All right. Big money signing.
Well, he was 35 mil, I think.
Yeah. So at the time, that was big money, but
well, at the time, it was one of our largest signings.
Well, everyone thought maybe you overpaid, but clearly not. Oh, that's a rough one. Jesus. Oh.
I remember this game as well. It was exactly like this. It was obviously. I mean, obviously.
Eight added minutes. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's awesome.
I think that was in the 96th minute or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. That's so funny too, because it really looks like, it deflects off the post and it looks like the keeper's just on that, but Sadio just materializes out of nowhere. Puts it in.
He had that habit. I mean, when you have that kind of pace, it's unavoidable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he doesn't give up, yeah. All right. Jeez, 5-0.
Oh. Yeah, this is in a period where we played Porto a lot.
Mm.
Bang.
Damn.
I think it's that first goal he scored, the sort of follow up on the rebound. I think it's the goal previous was exactly the same. It's no coincidence. Like this guy, like you say, determination and pace and timing.
Yeah, knows where to be, well drilled. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
sorry.
Quite all right.
Of course.
To be honest, I thought this one would be that's ridiculous.
So
I thought this one would
ruthless.
be higher in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
list, but
Well,
that's nuts.
I like how he says it too. Like first touch wasn't that great, and yeah, it's quite it's quite far away from him. But
It's wayward.
way to make lemonade out of lemons though, right? Like it's like if he hadn't have made that error with that touch, the goalkeeper probably would not have expected that back heel. Like if you know what I'm saying? Like if that sort of
I'm sure it's not. I mean, I'm sure other people had like other ways of putting it, but you and I, between us, we would call him the off-balance king,
oh yeah, of course, yeah,
and it's because he would take first touches like that because he kind of runs at such a pace, or
mm,
whatever it may be, and the ball would get away from him, and he'd still somehow make his second touch into a goal or a good pass, and it's
mm,
like this off-balance king.
yeah. What I almost think like after you do a bad touch like that, you're just kind of looking for a simple pass to kind of
Sort it out.
ease your your badness, But
Yeah,
then he's like, oh no, the last thing they're going to expect is me to shoot backwards.
yeah, yeah. I could sort it out, or I could do the most complicated thing possible with the variables at hand.
Yeah, yeah, so good. Oh my god.
What can you say?
How did he squeeze through that first one? He comes within like an inch of Neuer and somehow gets away, and then
Well,
shoots between the two defenders.
for me, I don't know if he would have done the turn and twist that he did if another keeper was the keeper.
Mm.
Because we all know about Manuel Neuer. We know how he likes to play on the front foot.
Yeah.
Like to the extreme sometimes.
Mm.
And Mane takes advantage of that. He's a very um, like spatially intelligent player. I guess that's
Yeah, like
maybe a made up phrase.
football instincts, He
Oh
yeah.
yeah, dude, predator.
And did they share the golden boot in that
Yeah,
tournament?
I believe Aubameyang also tied.
What a finish there. That's insane. Oh, that one
Yeah,
before.
again, off balance king.
Yeah, yeah. Like, there you go. There's a great example.
Like, can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's so clutch, man. Oh, is that a no look?
Nah.
Oh, that is so good, man. I lost track of the top 10 aspect of this. This just seems like
I think this is like number 6 or something, but
just
it's just his year where he top scored.
I see. I see. God damn. Oh yeah, this is the same one, yeah. Oh yeah, dude, so good, man.
Really good in the air for such a slight man.
Definitely. Great. Yeah, good in the air, goes past the keeper really easily. Does all sorts, yeah. Can volleys well as well.
Yeah, left foot, right foot. Like to place that header specifically, that's stupid.
Yeah. I was wondering I wonder how many times Trent assisted Mane. Must definitely a few.
Sure, we can find that out.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Copa Europa.
Hmm.
I think this is the day where Adrian stepped in for us.
Oh, right. Damn.
Beautiful. Soft.
Yeah, super soft. Decent.
Yeah, another trait to add to the long list that we've praised so far. Bravery in
Mm.
in buckets. Who on earth decides that they're going to stick their head in? There's a foot flying. There's another defender coming in behind him, and he's just like, I don't care.
Totally. Well, and earlier when he had that hat trick, doesn't he just like own himself on the post after scoring in that Bayern game or something? You know. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Quite a sweet one. Beautiful. Off balance king once again. And the celebration for the young man.
Very heartwarming. Very nice. Class on and off the pitch.
Class on grass.
What are you doing, man? Come on.
Oh. Do you remember Edison did that like the week before? Because we'd played City twice in a week.
That's right.
And in the first game in the league, he got a pass back and he just about fumbled it into his own. Well, didn't trap it into his own net. Diogo Jota was on hand to sort of do exactly what Mane did.
That's
Except,
right.
one, Zach Steffen is not Edison, and Mane had that extra half yard of pace to get there and charge it down.
Well, look, Zach Steffen's probably just thinking like, I've seen what this guy's done to Man City goalkeepers, so I'm glad it's only my legs he took out, not my fucking head.
Yeah, there's that one as well.
I see that didn't make the highlight reel.
No, that's number one. Again, volley.
Jesus.
Not only volley, believed in the near post.
Yeah. It looks like mostly shin as well.
It's a roller. It's a ski slope.
Unreal. All right, I think that's it.
Look, well, that's the end of the video. But I mean, like you've mentioned your top one there, kicking the shit out of Edison's face. But I'd like to add the goal he scored against Edison when we won 4-3, and Salah scored that goal from about halfway. Mane scored a goal in that game, and we can play it on stream if you like. Mane scored a goal in that game of top. Yeah, this is the right game.
Cool.
And that's the Ox.
Yeah.
With the season probably of his largest contribution to Liverpool, and I think shortly after this he gets injured, and he's basically just not been the same.
I have heard that it's very likely he may be out. He may be transferred out this window.
Yeah, I hear that, and I hear that he's going to be given a last chance, but I won't believe anything until I see him either on the pitch or not.
Oh God, how good was How good was Leroy Sané when he played for Man City, man? That was
Very, very good.
unbelievable. I can't believe they let him go, but I mean,
It
from
was
what,
really, it was really nice to see a left-footed winger playing on the left as well.
yeah, totally. And he could
But
still cut in.
he was still an inside forward,
Yeah, yeah.
like a left-footed inside forward who plays on the left,
Mm.
can cross, but also likes to cut inside and shoot.
Well, now he actually does play on the right wing at Bayern Munich. So he eventually did swap and become an inverted winger. But yeah, interesting. Kind of, yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying.
They think he's the next Robin.
Yeah. Well, apparently he left because he was homesick. Because he was Schalke before that, right? And then
Yeah.
his homesick, missed Germany, and just had to go back.
Well, I mean, he's not on screen, but while we've just had him on screen, is there a better looking footballer than Emre Can still playing?
Emre Chad, that's for sure.
Emre Can.
Yeah, yeah. Well, was he like 6'4" and like handsome, I suppose, but also
6'4" and handsome.
well, also kind of tough looking and is tough and yeah,
Yeah.
slick.
Yeah. Oh, suave.
Yeah, yeah.
This one. Oh.
Damn, that's a great finish. Well, Pep clapping for that one.
Look, Pep is just a football pervert. He doesn't care that it's his team who's conceded.
Oh, there's Otamendi as well too.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, kicks the ball straight into Salah and sort of sets that one up. Dude. I never realized that the defender's like telling him to stop, like putting his hand out, like don't do it.
Like, hold on.
He's like, I got it. And then he just fucking does that.
Look, if you're going to come out and do that, the ball needs to go into the stratosphere.
Yeah, he could have put that. He should have kicked it out.
He could have kicked that absolutely anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. It was quite what I sort of noticed in that game was that obviously both teams are very good at the time, but they both don't quite look like the finished product, like Liverpool still got Karius and Lovren and a few areas, and same with City, they still got Otamendi and just both teams like nearly there, but not the finished product yet.
I think you're right as well. That's like there was still a lot of however many you score, we'll score one more.
Yeah.
Liverpool won a lot of games that season. Some of them would be 4-0, but quite a few would be 4-2 or 3-2.
Yeah. Alrighty. So you want to move on to the next segment then, or so? That we sort of covered most of Mane there, I think. Yeah.
Oh look, that's his best and brightest moments in a red top. Yeah, let's move along.
So, do you want to talk about your Uruguay story, or would you? Yeah, we might as well go with that next. I think.
Let's go with it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so following our new Uruguayan Darwin Núñez signing, I delved into Wikipedia and I found myself falling down a black hole of footballing nonsense, and I came across this little game, a football game, not a game of any other sort. The 1950 World Cup, the final game. This World Cup was a little bit different to how we kind of how we see it today. There were four groups, which is quite normal. But the winners of those groups went into another group. They loved it. They loved a round robin. There was no knockout, just all round robin.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So look, great fun. Just you only got knocked out if you lost the group. So away you went.
So I'm looking at it now, and so it came it came down to Uruguay, Brazil, Sweden, and Spain were the final four.
That's right. And so going into the last game, it wasn't a final as we know it today, but it was the final game, and it was between the only two teams who could win the World Cup. With Brazil having already gained 2 wins, and Uruguay only a win and a draw. Brazil only needed a draw to clinch the World Cup. Uruguay needing to win.
Mm-hmm.
And Brazil, heavy favourites. They'd played the Copa America the season before. These teams had met, and Brazil had won 5-1.
Wow.
The 2 group games, Brazil had scored 13 goals and conceded 2. Uruguay scored 5, conceded 4. The odds, if you're a betting man, your money's on Brazil.
For sure.
And to make matters stranger, I'm not even going to say worse, just strange. There was a victory song written prior to the final by Brazilian musicians for when Brazil won the World Cup.
Right. Yeah. So like they've ordered the cake, and it says "Congratulations, Brazil," and it's just sitting on the sideline, like waiting for them to win
it. There's more. There's literally like half a dozen things like this. The medals, 22 medals for the squad, were already printed with the Brazilian players' names on them. Jules Rimet, as in the founder of FIFA, the man who the World Cup trophy was named after, had prepared a speech in Brazilian. Thank you, well done. In Portuguese, but not in Spanish. The mayor of Rio de Janeiro had, the week of the game, declared Brazil world champions. Like, literally said it. This time next week, we will be hailing our champions. Our national team. And the Uruguayans, you'd be surprised to know that they kind of took this to heart.
Yeah, as you would, yeah.
So the captain, Varela, I think that's how you pronounce it. He bought multiple copies of the local newspaper, which had such things printed on it as, tomorrow Brazil will be world champions, things like this. And he would place them on the floor of the Uruguay changing room and invite his teammates to stand on them and urinate on them, which is great stuff.
Oh my god!
Piss on this, would you?
Okay, I mean that's one way to psych yourself up,
So we have this build up for the game. All signs point to a Brazilian victory, and obviously the game was held in Brazil. The World Cup was held in Brazil, and the final was held in the famous Maracanã Stadium, which the official attendance, 173,500.
Yep, insane.
The unofficial attendance, somewhere between 200 and 220,000.
Right. Okay. Yeah. People who snuck in and so on. Yeah.
Yeah. So 173,000 paying customers and some of their mates.
Right.
That's like every third person getting an extra person in.
Yeah. I see.
And let's make this clear. 99 point whatever % of these people would be Brazilian.
Mhm.
You know, Uruguay would not have had their allocation.
Yeah,
The away seats. You know.
Well, and not many Uruguayans are going to fly to Brazil to have to sneak into the stadium, you know.
To you know, think about celebrating in the middle of all these Brazilians.
Yeah. Oh, something I didn't know either. Apparently, there was no subs back then.
No, that I think that kind of got introduced maybe like in the 60s, but only for injuries.
Crazy.
So there's that. Yeah. So onto game day. In the Uruguayan dressing room, once they cleaned up the piss, the coach gives a. It's just a beautiful sight. The coach gives his team talk and says, you know, lads, our best chance here is to play a defensive game. We need to nullify Brazil's attacking threat and defend. And then he leaves with his coaches, and the captain Varela again stands up and says, "Lads, I don't know how do you say lads in Spanish, muchachos. If we play on the back foot, we'll get hammered just like Spain and Sweden. You know, we've got to go out and we've got to take it to them." So the game starts, and as you could probably guess, Brazil kind of take a front foot. They have most of the attacking play in the first half, but it goes into halftime 0-0. So they're done. You know, halfway through, we've done pretty well. Straight out from halftime, Brazil score 47th minute, a goal. And you know, not only did they think they've won the World Cup, now it's official. And so again, the captain, this guy, he's an absolute leader of men. Grabs the ball from the goal, sticks it on the halfway line, and shouts out to his team, "Now it's time to win." Just, I love it. In front of everyone. In front of everyone. Now it's time to win. Just 15 minutes later, Alcides Gage, I think you say that, took the ball down the right, and crossed it in, and managed to create a goal for Schiaffino. And you know, the game's level again. It's difficult, but the game's level again. Brazil still having a huge, you know, they've still got the advantage. It's 1-1. If the game stays this way, there's no penalties, there's no extra time. They just win.
Because it's round robin, yeah.
And again, Alcides Gage, the right winger, he takes the ball down the right wing and cuts in, and he believes in the near post. You know, over 70 years before believing in the near post was a thing. Smashed it near post, and he scored, and Uruguay took the lead, and that's how it stayed.
Is that was in the 79th minute, from what I'm looking at.
79th minute. The Brazilian goalkeeper Barbosa, who's you know, from, obviously I've never seen him play, but he's considered one of the best goalkeepers of that time. And again, I wasn't able to find footage of the goal, but he, you know, it doesn't sound. Most people say, you know, it's not his fault. You know, there was defenders. Gage is, you know, kid is lightning. The guy was absolutely lightning. And God, some of the shit you hear about him later on in his life, like he died a really unhappy man, because obviously the lot of the loss was blamed on him, and he was doing a lot of superstitious things. Like he burned the goal frame. He took the goal frame and burned it to try and like cleanse his spirit.
Wait, so I assume they were made of wood back then, is that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, okay.
So that's where the phrase like "off the woodwork" came
Yeah,
from, because back in the day, the goal frame was wood.
right. It was still round though, right? Yeah, like the posts were still round, weren't
Nah, some of them would have been square.
they? Okay. Yeah.
Some of them might have been wood, but circle.
Round.
Sorry, but
I'm not sure.
many.
I'm looking at some photo, but I can't really tell. But anyway.
It is quite difficult to tell, isn't it?
Hmm. Well, I'm also looking at I've got an image of the sort of the formation and all the players on the screen at the moment, and it's interesting to see that they play a 2-3-5.
Oh, beautiful.
It's quite a common. Both teams are playing that formation.
Yeah. What's your problem?
But
These are aggressive teams.
yeah, but it's if I'm reading this right, it's like they have, well, it's just left back and right back are the two furthest back. So there's no centre backs. It's just
different game.
Yeah. Obviously they're not going to have the same roles and things. They don't run in the same areas of the pitch, but that's just what it's referred to in this. Is right back and left back, literally meaning left and right centre back.
I don't know what you want me to do. It's an absolute shambles, lads.
Yeah.
Two at the back.
Yeah.
Look, I'd love to see it on a preseason game. Jurgen, you're lining up with a 2-3-5 today. What's the deal? It's like, well, I'm a traditionalist. I'm a traditional kind of guy.
It says here too that after Uruguay scored the second goal, apparently the crowd was basically completely silent until the end of the match. I know, innit? Yeah.
And there's a great quote from the goal scorer, Gage. He said, only 3 people have managed to calm down, to silence the Maracana with a single action: Frank Sinatra, Pope John Paul, and me.
That's good. That's a good quote.
A great quote.
It actually says here too that Gige was the last surviving player from the game, and he died on the 16th of July in 2015, which was exactly 65 years to the day after scoring that goal.
Spooky.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that talk about superstition, like that's something else. So yeah, so the game ends. The final whistle goes. Uruguay have won. They've won the World Cup. And you and I have played football together, and the ending to this competition, the World Cup, the greatest competition, the greatest sporting competition on the face of the planet, ends in the same way that would not be dissimilar to me and you kicking around at five-a-side. Jules Rimet himself running around the pitch in the stadium, a silent stadium of 200,000 Brazilians, holding the trophy named after him, shouting after the Uruguayans, trying to give them the trophy, and they're celebrating with their mates and.
So what? They're not even interested in the trophy. They're too busy.
Well, the trophy ceremony, the medals and everything, had been all constructed around Brazil winning.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it didn't happen.
What?
Brazil on the back of this, they at that time they were wearing a white kit with a blue trim,
mm-hmm.
and on the back of this game they changed it. They never wore that kit again, and they changed to a kit mainly consisting of the colours of their flag. The yellow and blue and green, which we're all now used to.
Right. Yeah. So they kind of believed it was cursed, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, uh,
very very superstitious people. Very,
mm,
you know,
definitely.
Brazil. They like this event is like, um, you know, BC and AD for them
Mm.
in terms of
Yeah,
Brazilian football. Like, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well, it actually says here that uh, two Brazilian fans committed suicide. Oh, self-deleted. I don't think I can say that word on YouTube. Self-deleted themselves inside the stadium, and then many more self-deletions were reported across the country in the following days.
yeah.
So they took it pretty hard.
They scored human own goals.
Yeah. And it's saying that many newspapers and fans and famous radio journalists, Ari Barroso, uh, they wouldn't accept the fact that they'd been defeated. They were just denying it.
Good. Yeah, it's like they want the entire second group stage brought back for offside.
Yeah, yeah. It's like they wanted like to VAR the whole competition.
Yeah. Eh, So they really took it quite personally. Um, there's uh, I think one of the facts is a great fact. Um, it's something like there's 10 times as many books written about this final, about this game, than the 1970 World Cup when they won it. Like they won. Like you'd think that would be, that's their third World Cup. They got to keep the trophy that was being paraded in front of them to their opponents, and that, the humiliation, the defeat is the huge talking point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's also reports you can buy on the black market, like a DVD or a video where you can, like, where Brazil win.
What?
You know,
That's crazy.
it's like, it's utterly utterly pointless.
That's so crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, it says too that the captain Augusto for Brazil never played again, and along with
Yeah,
several other players, uh, all 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 the medals that they printed were discarded, and they'd never been seen again. No one knows what happened to them. And
they melted down for gold.
yeah, yeah, I'd say so. But that's wild. That's yeah, what
It's a
crazy.
it's an absolute madness.
Is that true? I'm reading something here that says that um that this event was the most highly attended football match ever played.
Yeah, certainly officially, yes.
Because I suppose, well, no stadium can fit more than 200,000, and there was more than that.
Uh,
So
well, the Maracanã's official capacity, I'm trying to find it, is 78,000.
oh my god, yeah, yeah. So there's 200,000 at the stadium. That's pretty wild.
I, like, I don't know about you, but I can't help but imagine just, like, every seat filled, all the aisles filled, and then, like, the bit just in front of the pitch where there's, like, advertising and that, people there as well. So, like, the ball will go out for a throw in and it will just rebound off some Brazilian's head, just come back.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like I'm looking at a photo now, and it seems like there was like a large standing area.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't I can't
which is
speak. And that would have been shoulder to shoulder, I imagine. I'll
yeah,
just
which is actually exactly why, um capacities can't be that large anymore, because now they need to be seated.
Well, sorry. On that note, sorry, I was just going to bring up an image of. I have an image of it actually, of the stadium, and you can sort of see the standing area in this photo. So they're all kind of standing here, but there is no advertisement boards or anything from what I can see. It basically there's just a little gap, and then there's like a fence, like you'd have at like a rock concert or something. You have like the barrier, and then
Yeah.
that little channel, and then it's just all people standing behind. So yeah. Oh no, sorry. There is advertisements, but but this makes total sense because since the game probably wasn't televised mostly, the advertisements are pointing at the crowd and not pointing in towards the where the players are. They point outwards to the seat to the crowd.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
That's so,
yeah,
like, you just don't think about that.
yeah. I know. I didn't think about that at all. Um, right. Yeah. That's crazy. But what I was going to say on that note was, did you hear the latest news about England? They have actually just okayed standing areas for stadiums in the Premier League now.
Yeah, I know a bunch of teams were, effectively um, lobbying for this, and finally done it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting. We'll just have to hope we don't have a. What was that? What was that big disaster that happened at Liverpool? That's we watched
Hillsborough.
the
The
hills. Yeah, yeah.
so the game was in Sheffield between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest, and it was Liverpool fans who died in the event.
Mm. Yeah, because they oversold tickets and stuff like that. Too many people were let in, and it just basically people got crushed just from.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the police were not. You know, it seems that a bunch of things happened, including the police not correctly, allowing and stemming the flow of fans into that area of the stadium,
Hmm.
which, like you say, created a crush.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, oh man, that was a pretty crazy story. Football was pretty wild back in the day. That's for sure.
Uh, yeah, it's not like it's gotten any less wild, but
Mm-hmm.
that's um, that's definitely what it was.
Yeah. All right. Well, to sort of run us to the end of the show, I have a few transfer updates and things like that. If you just want to talk about those real quick, just
Yeah,
get
we can
your
do that.
yeah. Well, the first thing I want to mention is a PSG have announced their new manager, which is what's his name? Gaultier.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he was oh damn it, I should be more prepared than this. He was the manager of I want to say Nice or something like that.
yeah.
That's right, yeah. And because so this is interesting because a while ago I incorrectly talked about Zidane being the manager of PSG because it seemed like that was a done deal, but then it just never happened because like it was almost like they fired Pochettino thinking they were going to get Zidane, but then Zidane was like, nah. So then they had no manager until now they have Gaultier.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll figure out in the near future that we're pronouncing that entirely wrong. But
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
um, I don't think Zidane's gone anywhere just yet, has he?
No, no. He has not picked up another job since Real Madrid, which is quite random. You think someone with that amount of success, yeah, would just be straight into another job. But
Maybe he
yep.
just doesn't want to.
Mm. Okay, no, sorry, I was mistaken. He was the manager of Lille, which
Leo,
makes sense because they won the league over PSG in that other season. Like
the
Lille,
previous season.
yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, that's interesting. But so on that note, what have you heard about the rumors about Neymar?
I have not heard them at all.
Well, the main thought is that just Neymar may be out. Neymar might be leaving PSG. They've sort of as
Blacklisted.
Yeah, well, he seems to have fallen out with the club because they the club seems to believe that they have an issue with like divas and
Yeah,
yeah, and apparently there's some weird thing about Mbappe's new contract where he has a like a semi club management role. Like
yeah, yeah.
he has a say and
He's
stuff
his
like
own
that.
manager.
And and so they think that maybe Neymar's a little bit too much of a diva and just kind of isn't worth the trouble. So they've sort of said that so he may leave, and but it kind of seems like no one is really available to take him at the moment.
Well, yeah, that kind of strikes me, right? Because like to take Neymar, I don't know what his situation is with his contract, but you'd probably think, uh, I know what is it? Is he 30?
He's 30, yeah.
So like 80 to 100 mil.
Oh, he gets paid an obscene amount of money. It's like 40 million per season or something.
Yeah. So
And and basically, I think Neymar's manager is Neymar Senior, his father,
yeah, it's his dad. It's his dad. Yeah,
and
yeah,
and basically he just told PSG that if okay, you know, Neymar will leave, sure, that's fine, but you have to pay every dollar that is owed to him in this contract, which is about 200 mil, because he's signed till 2027.
right. So his contract is another 4 and a bit years or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty wild. And the only place that was kind of interested were Chelsea. They probably the only ones that can actually afford him, and I don't think that's going to happen because, well, and that's good. There's a great segue into the next topic, is because Chelsea have now announced their first signing, Raheem Sterling.
That's official.
Yes. Well, I've seen him in kit. It's
I'll take. I'll take that.
yeah, I mean, good move. I mean, actually, I was going to say it's really weird these days because when we used to watch back in the day when we started getting into football, it was basically once you see them in the kit, you know the deal's done, right? But
Yeah.
now they take photos of them in the kit before the official announcement. So it's they're
Yeah.
aware,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're aware now that seeing them in the kit is an indicator of the deal being done. But then they do it as soon as they've agreed personal terms. Like they're not even fully signed, but you still see them in the kit. So it's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
weird.
It's like it's nearly there, and they'll just go, yeah, he's in.
Yeah. And so from what I understand, he definitely is. He's in. And so that's interesting. We've had Sterling go to Chelsea, play with Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea, the literally like top three teams. and and then the other one on that regard is Man City have also sold Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal.
Signing for Arsenal.
Hmm? Sorry?
Good signing. Good signing, I think.
Interesting signing. Because from what I understand, he is going to play number 9. He's going to be an out and out 9 for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And,
When he's wearing the number 9.
which, yes. And so from what I understand, Arsenal actually have quite the curse with their number 9 shirt.
Do you not think? I mean, I know you're not a superstitious person. I know that that's not like what you're saying.
Hmm.
But do you not think that they've just had a run of sort of shit, or like is that form of the because he's the one occupying the number 9 over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
He's been far from terrible. He hasn't been like blistering. He hasn't been brilliant. He hasn't been like great,
Hmm.
but he's been okay. He's been at the very least like good for
Serviceable.
what Arsenal have achieved.
Well, I would say that Arsenal had been on a bit of a slump over the last while. They were sort of only just competing for Champions League. They were. The joke was that Arsenal are the 4th place team, right? That was,
Yes,
and that sort of changed a bit now.
until Wenger stopped.
Yeah, yeah. So it's but when I think when Lacazette did sign, he was very promising. You know, everyone thought that he would develop into a really well-rounded striker, but I suppose
Yeah.
it didn't quite live up to that, I guess. But well, I do like the attitude of Gabriel Jesus coming in and saying, like, I'm going to break this curse. Just shows good confidence. I like that.
For sure. Look, I think Jesus has basically suffered from the last, like, his stats aren't terrible, but he's basically suffered in the last 4 years by not being Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, well, I mean, Pep sort of, the way he saw Gabriel Jesus was like, this is my son almost. And because you thought he was gonna be the next Aguero, but then there's one issue with City is that they rotate the squad a tremendous amount, and
Yes.
a player like Gabriel Jesus, maybe he needs to play every game, every minute of every game.
I think this season will be the making of Gabriel Jesus. I'll whatever you want, not whatever you want, but 20 goals plus.
Could be, yeah.
I want to see what the odds are that he'll outscore Haaland.
Interesting. Yeah. Well,
because I'd take it.
He has,
I would right now. I would take it.
He has more Premier League experience, and it always does take a minute for players to adapt from the Bundesliga. But I mean, if anyone can, it's going to be Haaland. So
it's going to be the beast.
And also consider how long that Haaland has had to train with the squad. Like, this deal was done last season, basically. So he's had the entire break to train with Man City. So yeah. I suppose on that, another one. Well, I got a little bit on Ajax here too. So that's basically that. So Spurs have sold a Bergwijn to Ajax.
Well, do we want to? I suppose this can be part of the Spurs roundup.
Oh no, yeah, it will be. But I'm more doing this to talk about Ajax. So that's just what's happened.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it was 30 mil to Ajax for Bergwijn.
Good.
And which I'm hoping that's promising. That might mean that we're going to sign Anthony in the next few days or something like that. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, okay.
But the main thing I want to talk about is that they have sold Haller. So, before Haller played for West Ham and completely flopped, basically. But I think that he was West Ham's record signing as well, too, if that's right. And then, so he completely flopped and then moved to Ajax and basically was like rejuvenated. And I think he was only there for like 1.5 seasons or something like that. Not even that long.
Yeah.
And
something like that.
Played amazing under Ten Hag and all that stuff. Just got everything out of him. And now he is signed for Dortmund for Dortmund's record fee.
What the hell?
But that's crazy when you think about it, that Dortmund's record fee, player transfer fee, is only 35 million.
It just seems to me that, like, the fees in Germany just generally are less.
There's a Premier League tax, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
100%. And so they paid 35 mil for Haaland, and Haller has matched that. So they're both joint record. So that's pretty wild. And considering, well, maybe Dortmund will now turn Haller into, if Dortmund are able to take Haller to his top level, they could double that profit. I wonder what their record sale is, because their record sale would be Ousmane Dembele. It was like 140 mil.
It was like 100 and I thought it was like 112 or something like that.
Yeah. Either way, a ridiculous amount of money.
Three figures of millions.
Yeah, so Dortmund, man, their profit must be insane. And well, yeah, and since we brought that up, that's another good segue, is that I know you mentioned the video I did on Ousmane Dembele, because he is now a free agent after he let his contract expire from Barcelona. And
yes, a free brain cell.
Yes, and it kind of seems like, well, yeah, I'm curious to know what you think about this, because obviously my video was very critical. I was like, no one's really interested in Dembele because he's just a nutcase, and he wants double the wage Barcelona have offered him. But it seems like he thinks that people would be crying out for him, but it doesn't seem like he's had a single offer from anywhere except for Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. And I don't imagine Chelsea will, be wanting him.
Well, not after they've just signed Raheem Sterling.
Well, haven't they also signed Rafinha?
No, it's not done, and it looks like Barcelona. He's going to go to either Barcelona or Chelsea.
How are Barcelona signing players?
Well, they're not. That's the thing. But if Barcelona, what's happening is Barcelona are holding out on players like Frenkie de Jong and stuff, trying to get this insane transfer fee, so then they can buy more players. So even though they sold 50% of their advertising rights and all that stuff, it's 25%, I think. If they want to make any signings, they still have to bring in a ton of money. And they want to sign Lewandowski, Rafinha. They've just announced the free signings of Kessie and Christensen. But of course, free signings are not free, and they oftentimes the signing bonus is 5 times what it would normally be, and the agent fee's large and wages are higher than normal.
You're basically paying a transfer fee anyway.
Yeah, so they're far from out of the red, I would say. So that's why they're still holding out for ridiculous amounts of money. And
but certainly in the brown.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. There was another video I wanted us to watch. Maybe we can watch it next week. It's about it literally is about this, about how free transfers are sometimes even more expensive than regular transfers. Someone did like a
I would like that.
a 10-minute video clip on it or something that we can watch.
Yep, I would like that.
Yeah, cool. I think I basically just sped through everything I have written here. The only other one I have is, so Man City have signed Calvin Phillips now. That deal is confirmed. And
good one, I think.
Yep, decent English player. I don't know how much he's going to play. When you consider, it's like Rodri. I mean, Rodri is the other player in his position, and
my understanding is that I know Gundogan is sort of like playing a bit further forward, but he's being linked away, and Bernardo Silva's also being linked away. But that kind of always happens. And in the end, all these players will just stay, and Pep will find a way to make it work, and we'll praise him at the end of the season and say, "Why did we ever doubt you?"
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I bring this up because Leeds have now signed his replacement, and that's this guy Tyler Adams, who was he's an American midfielder that played for Leipzig.
Yes.
And I've signed him on FIFA before and things like that, and as always, and he turned out to be quite a good player too, good defensive midfield kind of player. I think he also played right back and stuff like that too. So seems like a good move too. Leeds obviously going to be desperately trying to stay up this year after selling their 2 best players basically. So and okay, the last thing I just have here is that you went full Nostradamus about a month ago, and you talked about Origi signing for Milan, because after you said that, you were like, it's done. I was like, what did we talk about? I looked it up and I could not find it for the life of me anywhere. But you were 100% right, because the deal has just gone through. I only just saw him in a kit like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I couldn't honestly tell you where I read it, but I didn't predict it. I didn't make it up.
Yeah. Sometimes you just find a good source, and they're just bang on. So yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tomato sauce.
Yeah.
I love it. Honestly, I couldn't tell you how I made that happen before the press told you, but I certainly didn't. I certainly didn't invent it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just takes a while for the club to officially announce that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I assume they were waiting for the 1st of July. before the transfer window opened.
Yeah, sometimes it's just stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Okay, so
Well, I've got one more for you, and
yep.
it's just a lot of speculation surrounding it.
Go ahead.
Cristiano Ronaldo to Chelsea? Question
Yes.
mark.
This is good. This is the last thing I was going to bring up too. So
Yeah. What?
well,
Yep.
just the fact that Ronaldo is seeming like he wants to leave now all of a sudden, and
Yes.
so there is a little bit of a story to this, and because a lot of people are saying like, oh, Ronaldo wants to leave because we're not getting Champions League football, and well, that's just not true because Ronaldo had already said Ronaldo was already fine with staying at the end of last season after he knew where we ended up, but something has changed, and what I think that is basically just how pathetic Man United's transfer business and stuff has been, because Ronaldo is coming back and seeing that nothing has changed, and he's like, what the hell? You know, like, you want me to stay, you need to. I think he basically told the club like, I'll only stay if you work on building the club back up to where it should be. But he's seeing now that there hasn't been that kind of effort or investment, and I believe
think it's a fair enough. I think it's a fair enough thing to ask, but Ronaldo's also a 38-year-old man, and like, surely that build has to be gradual. They can't, like, even if you're Manchester United, you can't tomorrow sign, Verratti, Neymar, and the like, whoever you want.
Well, it's not necessarily about the quality of the signings. Well, in fact, I think it's the opposite. I don't think he wants us to be going for these big marquee signings. He wants us to do smart transfer business, buying young, hungry players to fill the dressing room full of potential.
Determination and potential, yeah.
And
which is fair enough.
And there were plenty of reports last season about, problems in the dressing room. And that has probably been a big issue for United for a long time. Because from what I understand, Ronaldo and Harry Maguire don't get along. And so the latest thing on this is that they think another reason why Ronaldo wants to leave most recently is because they called a vote on who would be the captain. And
he came last.
Well, but they've decided to keep Harry Maguire as the captain. And so Ronaldo's like,
so childish.
Well, but I think, like, a lot of people think Harry Maguire's the problem, and it's just more they're gonna, I think, well, they didn't actually vote on it. They were supposed to, but I think the club have just decided like Harry Maguire's going to be the captain, when maybe it should be Ronaldo. I don't necessarily see that as too ridiculous.
I don't see it as ridiculous that he's like a leader on the pitch, but I do see it as ridiculous that he'd be the captain when he's it's not the long-term answer. The captain has to be a guy who you can see staying at the club for the next 5 seasons.
Yeah, and
which, to be fair, probably doesn't suit the description of Harry Maguire either.
Well, Harry Maguire's never won anything.
That's maybe true, but that...
Well, and because do you know that Ronaldo has more trophies than our entire squad?
Well, yeah, of course he does.
But that's crazy, though. That's absurd. He's got 28 trophies.
That's absurd.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And, like, Maguire's one of the only players in the team that has 0. So, do you think that makes you a good player to look up to?
I don't think you need trophies to get that from me.
I'm just saying it doesn't it doesn't help though. It's not gonna.
Fair.
I think I don't know. And Maguire had probably the worst season of his career last season.
Probably.
I don't know. But the latest controversy too has been that Ronaldo. Well, Ronaldo personally didn't do this, but the Sport Bible or something put out a report that said Ronaldo is annoyed that he has to take, the whole squad has to take a 25% wage cut because there's a clause in the contract where if you don't qualify for Champions League, you take a 25% wage cut. And,
oh yeah.
and
so now he's only paid 75% of a arm and a leg.
Oh yeah. But so there's some report. So that's it. It didn't actually come directly from Ronaldo. So who knows if this is even true. But then Harry Maguire got in trouble because he liked it on Instagram or something like that and got busted for that.
That's so dumb.
But isn't that just kind of childish? Like, isn't it just fucking sad that we live in the world of
that the club is using Instagram to punish its players?
Well, like social media is, I just think it's such a bad look when you're supposed to be the captain and yet you're going and liking these like making these petty comments on like social media and shit like that. It just seems kind of weird to me.
Oh, it's stupid. It's so stupid.
And well, in the end, Harry Maguire had to, he unliked it and and had to do a press release or whatever and said that he did it by accident. Even when it comes to using his phone, he is clumsy as shit.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
But so I mean, I rambled a bit there, but to answer your question, so now Ronaldo is Jorge Mendes has been offering Ronaldo to various clubs and things, and Chelsea is one that is sort of suggested because they don't have a number 9 anymore. And I don't know, seems a bit ridiculous to me. I don't see that happening. I feel like Man U would just refuse to let him go to Chelsea.
Yeah. Look, I mean, yeah, the whole like don't go to a rival thing, but at some point they're going to be powerless to stop that.
Well, they can just make him. He has 1 year left on his contract, so they could just say, "No, we're just going to let your contract run out." And it's not a big loss for us, really. We didn't pay an exorbitant. We only paid 18 mil for him.
So, yeah, but he's also earning like £500,000 a week.
That's fine though. I mean, if he's a pro. I mean, that's the thing is if they refuse and say you're going to stay, Ronaldo, for his own sake, is going to play and give 100%. So
yeah,
it is the sort of thing that you can strong arm, I think. And
yeah, this one will be very, very interesting, and I kind of want to see him go to Chelsea. I want to see that happen.
That'd be so weird. I would cringe.
Just imagine him take 5 seconds, literally sit in silence like those Brazilians, and just imagine Ronaldo in a number 9 for Chelsea.
I don't want to. Well, I would so much.
It looks weird.
I would so much prefer if, because Bayern Munich are looking like they're going to sell Lewandowski to Barcelona, that he goes to Bayern. Just that would
be interesting.
Well, it makes sense. To replace Lewandowski, sure.
Yeah.
I feel like
the Italian league, the English league, the Spanish league, and the German league.
Yeah, why not? That'd be great.
Well,
Well, the other rumor was that since Barcelona may not actually get Lewandowski because they're not. Bayern don't want to budge on price. They want 60 mil for Lewandowski, and if that doesn't happen, even weirder, Ronaldo could go to Barcelona.
Now that is weird.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a good place to end it all.
Yeah.
To football own goal myself.
Yeah. So that's just the latest on that scenario. It's kind of crazy.
Ronaldo.
Yeah. Well, Manchester United has having the weirdest transfer window ever. It's been so messed up. Yeah.
Long may it continue.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm suffering. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for tuning into the Football Friends podcast. Thank
you, guys.
Remember to like and subscribe and tell your friends. Also just thanks to everyone that has watched our video on what's his name?
Oh yeah. What's his name? Fabio Cavallo.
Fabio Cavallo. So I'm just blanking. So that video now has 3,500 views. So that's
holy.
Yeah. I know. Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So thanks to everyone for watching that video, and yeah. tell your friends, and we'll see you next time.
And piss on your local paper today.
Cheers.